In a vibrant ancient forest lived the hare, who was full of energy, doing a few joyful hops and kicks. He looks around, puffing out his chest. Oh, what a glorious day! And what a glorious creature I am! Faster than the wind, sharper than a fox, and cleverer than everyone, said the hare to himself, loudly. Oh, don't worry your little nut-filled head, squirrel. It's simply a fact. I am the master of this forest. My word is law. My promises, they are unbreakable, said the hare as he scoffs. The squirrel just shakes its head and scurries away as the hare smiles, pleased with his own pronouncement. The hare proudly approached a quiet pond where the tortoise was slowly and deliberately sipping water from the edge. The tortoise was moving with an ancient, calm grace. Well, if it isn't old, slow and steady. Still moving at a snail's pace, I see. Are you trying to set a record for the slowest drink in history? Said the hare as he spots the tortoise slowly and deliberately sipping water from the edge. Tortoise slowly lifted his head, his ancient eyes blinking. He doesn't seem bothered by hare's taunts. Greetings, hare. I move at the pace required for mindful living. And for making sure my promises are kept, replied the tortoise calmly but deeply. Promises? Huh. I make promises all the time. And I break them just as quickly if it suits me. What difference does it make? A promise is just words, old friend, said the hare, amused. Words are seeds, hare. Once planted, they grow. A broken promise is a poison fruit. It can sour a whole harvest, replied the tortoise as his gaze meets that of the hare's. Poison fruit. You talk in riddles, tortoise. I tell you, my promises are unbreakable because I am unbreakable. If I say I'll do something, it means I can do it, or I simply change my mind. It's my prerogative, said the hare, laughing dismissively. Perhaps you have never truly understood the weight of a promise, hare, or the respect it commands, responded the tortoise with a smile. Oh. And you believe your promises are unbreakable, tortoise? Even when it's inconvenient? Even when it's hard? Said the hare, curious. Especially then. A true promise is a sacred bond, hare. It is stronger than any shell, faster than any sprint, replied the tortoise, nodding slowly. All right, old friend. Let us put this to the test. Let us make a promise, right here, right now, with the forest as our witness, said the hare after pacing for a moment, and an idea forming in his head. What kind of promise, hare? Replied the tortoise as he looks at the hare with concern but also with quiet determination in his eyes. A simple one. I promise to meet you at the great oak, by the whispering falls, tomorrow morning, just as the sun touches the highest branch. If I am not there, I will forever admit that your promises hold more weight than mine. And I will serve you for one full day, doing whatever you ask, said the hare with a smile. And what if I am not there? Tortoise asked as he considers the promised challenge while gazing at the hare. Then I will declare myself the undisputed master of promises, and you will carry me on your back for a day, replied the hare, confidently. Very well. I accept your challenge, hare. I promise to be at the great oak, by the whispering falls, tomorrow morning, just as the sun touches the highest branch, said the tortoise as they look at each other, the weight of their words hanging in the air. Not long after the promise was made came the sound of a heavy rain with thunder rumbling and wind howling. The forest was plunged into a fierce storm. The rain lashed down, trees swayed violently, and there were lightning flashes. The hare is huddled miserably under a large tree, shivering, and he is completely soaked. This is unbearable. What a dreadful night. Tomorrow morning, the great oak, said the hare as he muttered to himself. I'll never make it there in this weather. The paths will be flooded, trees will be down. No one would expect me to keep a promise in these conditions. It's just common sense. He imagines the warm, dry burrow he wishes he was in. He dismisses the promise, convinced no one would blame him. While the hare slept peacefully, the tortoise slowly but steadily made his way through the storm-ravaged forest. He was drenched, but his pace was unwavering. He navigated around fallen branches, his shell providing shelter. A promise made is a journey begun. No matter the storm, no matter the path, the destination is truth. Said the tortoise, determined and calm as he continues his slow, but difficult journey, his eyes fixed on the distant destination. The storm has passed and the sun is just beginning to peek over the horizon, casting golden light on the giant great oak. Tortoise, muddy and tired, but resolute, finally reaches the base of the great oak. He looks up at the highest branch, waiting patiently. The sun's first ray touches the very top. "I am here," said the tortoise, softly. A few moments pass. No Hare. Suddenly, Hare burst into the clearing, panting, muddy, and looking untidy. He glances at the great oak, then at Tortoise, his ears drooping in shame. He had woken up feeling guilty and rushed. "Tortoise, you actually came. Through all that storm," said the Hare, panting and looking defeated. "A promise made is a promise kept, Hare. No matter the storm," replied the tortoise, calmly. The Hare hangs his head, truly humbled. "You are right. My promises were just words. Yours are truly unbreakable. I admit it. You have taught me a valuable lesson. What is your command, Master?" "I will serve you for this day, as I promised," said the Hare, quietly. The tortoise smiles gently. "My command, Hare, is that you simply remember this day and understand the true meaning of your words." From that day onwards, the Hare started walking beside Tortoise, helping him clear a small path of fallen branches. He no longer complains or boasts. He is quieter, more thoughtful. "It's harder to break a branch than a word," I used to think. "But now I see, a broken word can break trust, and trust is far harder to mend than any branch," said the Hare, thoughtfully. Indeed, Hare. A promise is not just a statement of intent, it is a bond with another's expectation. To uphold it is to show respect, not just for the promise, but for the one to whom it was given," replied the tortoise. The Hare stopped walking and looked at the tortoise with genuine admiration. "Thank you, Tortoise, for teaching me this. I will strive to make my promises as strong as your shell, and as unwavering as your journey," said the Hare, thankfully. And from that day forward, the Hare, though still swift and clever, became known not just for his speed, but for the unwavering honesty of his word. For he had learned that true strength lies not in boast, but in the quiet, unbreakable power of a promise kept. The end. Thank you for watching, lovelies. If you enjoyed this story, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. To all my returning subscribers, thank you for always supporting this channel, and to my new viewers, I appreciate every one of you. See you in the next story. Stay blessed.